Hello, I am Dr. Sigar Kanti. In this video, we verify some given sets are abelian groups or not with respect to the given operation. First one, G equal to the set A power of n where n belongs to Z, that is n is an integer and A is a non-zero real number, that is A belongs to R and A is not equal to 0. This is with respect to multiplication. Second example, G equal to the set consisting of the elements of the form 3 power of n where n belongs to Z, n is an integer with respect to multiplication. And third one, G is the set consisting of all 2 by 2 matrices where each element is same x, 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 x and x is a real number, x is not equal to 0. That is, this is a 2 by 2 non-zero matrix and all the elements are same here. This is with respect to matrix multiplication. And fourth one is G, the set consisting of all 2 by 2 matrices where first element is x and the second element, that is the element in the first row second column is 0 and element in the second row first column is 0 and this element is y. So that is here A11 is equal to x and A22 is equal to y. So that is, this is a diagonal matrix, diagonal 2 by 2 matrix where these x and y are real numbers and both x and y are not equal to 0. This is with respect to matrix multiplication. Okay, so let us try one by one. First example is G equal to the set A power of n where n belongs to Z and A is a real number, A is not equal to 0. Okay, so this is the set. This is with respect to given that this is with respect to multiplication. So let me try one by one. So first one is closure law. Let me consider two elements here. Let x comma y belongs to G. I have to prove that x into y also belongs to G. So here x comma y belongs to G means x is of this form a power of say some m and y is of this form a power of say n where m and n are integers. M comma n belongs to Z. Now consider x into y. This is equal to a power of m into a power of n. This is equal to a power of m plus n. We write this belongs to G because m plus n belongs to Z. It is an integer. So closure law is satisfied. What about the second? Associative law. Let me consider three elements x, y, z belongs to G. Let x comma y comma z belongs to G. Then x is equal to say a to the power of m, y equal to say a to the power of n, and z is equal to a to the power of something t or something we can take. Where this m, n, t, they belong to z. These are integers. Here I will take this small z here. Okay. Now consider x into y z. This is equal to x is a power of m into y is a power of n into z is a to the power of t. This is equal to a to the power of m, a to the power of m into a to the power of n plus t. Again this is equal to a power of m, a power of n plus t can be written as a power of m plus n plus t. And I will write this as a power of m plus n plus t. Okay, because m and t are integers with respect to addition, the associated law holds. This can be written as a to the power of m plus n into a power of t. A power of m plus n, I will write this as a power of m into a power of n into a power of t. This is equal to a power of m into a power of n. That is, this is nothing but x into y into z. Okay. So that is, here we have put that x into yz equal to xy into z. That is associative law holds. Next I will go for the identity element. Third one, identity. Third one is identity. Third one is identity. Okay. So here, with respect to multiplication, I will denote this multiplication by dot, or we can denote this by cross also. With respect to multiplication, what is the identity? 1 is the identity. We know that with respect to multiplication, 1 is the identity. 1 is the identity. Just we have to verify whether this 1 belongs to G or not. Yes. So I write this 1 can be written as a to the power of 0. This belongs to G because this 0 belongs to Z, right? Anything to the power of 0 equal to 1. So 1 belongs to G, so identity element exists. Fourth one, inverse. Inverse axiom. Let x belongs to G. This implies x is equal to, say, a to the power of m, where m is integer, m belongs to Z. Now here, if x power of 1 is the inverse of x, then we have x into x inverse must be equal to identity. So x is nothing but a to the power of m into a to the power of m to the power of minus 1 is equal to identity. I will write x inverse itself here. X is a power of m, and we write this as x inverse as it is. This is equal to, what is identity? Identity is 1. E equal to 1 here. What this implies? X inverse is equal to 1 by a to the power of m. This is equal to a to the power of minus m. And we say that this belongs to G because minus m belongs to, this belongs to Z, right? So that is here, as this power belongs to Z, therefore a to the power of minus m belongs to G. And here we have inverse of a raised to m is a to the power of minus m. So inverse of each element exists. And what about the commutative law? Commutative law. Commutative law. That is, xy is equal to yx, then you say that commutative law is satisfied. So consider x into y. This is equal to, x is a power of m into y is a power of n. And this can be written as a to the power of m plus n. This can be written as a to the power of n plus m. And this is nothing but a power of n into a power of m. A power of n equal to y, a power of m equal to x. So we have proved that x into y equal to y into x. So therefore G comma dot multiplication is abelian group. This is a abelian group. All the 5 axioms are satisfied. Therefore this is a abelian group. Next I will go for the second example. Second example, G is equal to 3 power of n where n belongs to Z with respect to multiplication. With respect to multiplication. So here this example is similar to example 1. So just you have to replace a by 3 here. See what is example 1? G equal to a power of n belongs to Z and a is a real number, a is not equal to 0 with respect to multiplication. So in place of a if you put 3, so we can prove that this G equal to 3 power of n so that n belongs to Z is an abelian group. So therefore I will go to the third example. Third example. What is the third example? G is equal to the set consisting of the 2 by 2 matrices x, 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 x. Okay, x, 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 such that x belongs to R and x is not equal to 0. This is with respect to matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication. Okay. So that is G is the set consisting of the 2 by 2 matrices where all the elements are same and those elements belongs to R, that is a real number, and they are not equal to 0. We have to verify whether this is a group with respect to matrix multiplication or not. So for this, again we have to go to all the axioms. First one, closure law. Closure law. Consider two elements belong to G and show that their multiplication belongs to again G. So let A and B or any two elements belongs to G. The elements of G are matrices. Therefore, A must be of this form. A is equal to X, 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 and B is equal to is of this form. Y, 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 where X and Y belongs to R and X and Y not equal to 0. Now consider the matrix multiplication. Consider A into B. This is equal to X, 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 X. This is our A into B is Y, 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 Y. Okay. This is equal to, taking the matrix multiplication, first row, first column. This gives X into Y plus X into Y. First row, second column, X into Y plus X into Y. Then second row, first column, X into Y plus X into Y. Second row, second column, X into Y plus X into Y. So this is equal to the matrix 2xy, 2xy, this is 2xy, this is 2xy. Again, this is a 2 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 2 matrix and each element is same. That is each element 2xy, 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 2xy. And here x and y belongs to R, therefore xy. also belongs to R. That is 2xy belongs to R. And x is not equal to 0, y is not equal to 0. Therefore, 2xy is also not equal to 0. Therefore, we say that this again belongs to G. That is closure lie is satisfied. Next, we go for associative. Associative. Second one, associative. Directly we can write matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication is associative. Okay. Matrix multiplication is always associative. Therefore, associative law holds. No need to prove again here. We know that matrix multiplication is always associative. Third one, we go for the identity. Identity axiom. So let me take let E equal to say E belongs to G be the identity. Okay, this be the identity. Then by the definition of the identity, our operation is multiplication here. AE must be equal to A. That is A into E. X into E is E. This is equal to X. Okay. AE equal to A. And if you take the multiplication on the left hand side, first row, first column, x into E plus x into E. That is xe plus xe. First row, second column, xe plus xe. Second row, first column, xe plus xe. Second row, second column, xe plus xe. This is equal to right hand side we have x. Okay, and the left hand side is xe plus xe is 2xe. This is 2xe. This is equal to on the right hand side x. Okay. And comparing the corresponding elements here, we get 2xe is equal to x. This implies 2e equal to 1. 2 into xx gets cancelled here. 2e equal to 1, or this implies e equal to 1 by 2. So therefore, identity element is E. 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. And this belongs to G because this is a 2 by 2 matrix and all the 4 elements are same here and they are not equal to zeros. Therefore, this is the identity element. So, identity element exists in G. Next, fourth one, inverse. So, let A inverse be the inverse of say A, inverse of element A. Then by the definition, A inverse must be equal to identity element. Fourth one, inverse axiom. So that is here, let A power of minus 1 be the inverse of A. Then we have A inverse is equal to E. So A inverse, I will write here A inverse. So let me write, okay, this is x, ex, ex, ex. And here, A inverse. Let me write this as say y, 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 y. Or you can write x to the power of minus or something. I will write this as y, 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 y. Some matrix here. This must be equal to, identity. Identity is 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Okay. Identity is 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Now if I take the multiplication on the left hand side, we get here. Already we have multiplied this one. We know that this is 2xy, 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 2xy. This is equal to 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. What this implies here is 2xy is equal to 1 by 2. Or this implies y is equal to 1 by 2. Taking this on the right hand side, this is equal to 2 into x. This is equal to 1 by 4 into x. Y value is 1 by 4x. So that is here. A inverse I have taken this as y, 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 y. This is equal to y is 1 by 4x, 1 by 4x, 1 by 4x, 1 by 4x. So this is 1 by 4x, 1 by 4x, 1 by 4x, 1 by 4x is the inverse of x, 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 x. Okay. So inverse of each element exists. And what about the commutative? Usually commutative law is not true in matrix multiplication. That is, if A is a matrix, B is a matrix, then AB need not be equal to BA. But this is particular one. Let me verify. Consider AB. This is equal to A is x, 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 and B is y, 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 y. Okay. Then AB is equal to, taking the multiplication, first row, first column, second column, second row, first column, second row, second column. So we get here 2xy, 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 2xy. This is our AB. And what about BA? BA is equal to y, 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 y into A is x, 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 x. This is equal to first row, first column, yx plus yx, that is 2yx. This element is also 2yx. This element is also 2yx. This element is also 2yx. Okay. Now here, x and y belongs to R, and here x into y, E can be written as y into x. That is this is the multiplication here. The multiplication of the elements here. Xy is equal to yx. Therefore here 2xy is same as 2 into yx. This implies AB is same as BA. So that is, in this particular example, commutative law is also satisfied. So therefore we say that G is abelian. Abelian group. G is abelian group. Next I will go to the next example. Next example is We'll go to next page. Fourth example is G is equal to the set consisting of the matrices X, 0, 0, Y, where XY belongs to R and XY are not equal to 0. This is the set. To prove that, to verify that this is a group, again we go for first closure law. Closure law. Let me consider two elements. Let A comma B belongs to G. Then A must be of this form X 0 0 Y. I will take this as a X1 0 0 Y1 and B is equal to X2 0 0 Y2, where X1 Y1 X2 Y2 they belongs to R and are not equal to 0. Okay. Then consider A into B. AB is equal to X1 0 0 Y1 X2 0 0 Y2. This is equal to first row first column, first row first column, that is here X1 X2 plus 0 into 0 0. Next first row second column X1 into 0 X1 into 0 0 plus 0 into Y2 0, therefore this element equal to 0. Next coming to the second row first column is 0 into X2 is 0 plus Y1 into 0 0, therefore this element is 0. And second row second column 0 into 0 0 plus Y1 Y2, so this is Y1 Y2. This belongs to G? Yes, because see here this is a 2 by 2 matrix and these two elements are zeros and these are the elements belongs to R which are not equal to 0 because x1 x2 y1 y2 are not equal to 0, therefore x1 x2 is not equal to 0, y1 y2 is also not equal to 0. So as the closure law is satisfied. And about the associative, directly we can write associative law. Matrix multiplication is associative. Matrix multiplication is associative. So directly we write the associative law holds. Next we go for the identity element. Third one, identity. So let me take, let E be the identity. If E is the identity, then we have AE must be equal to A. So that is A, we have taken this as x1 0 0 y1 into E. Okay, let me take E as E equal to say E 0 0. Let me take this E1 E2. Okay, this is equal to A. A1 is x1 0 0 y1. And taking the multiplication here, x1 e1 plus 0, first row first column. Next first row second column. First row second column is 0 plus 0 0. Second row first column 0 plus 0 0. Second row second column 0 plus y1 e2. This is equal to x1 0 0 y1, and this implies x1 e1 equal to x1 and y1 e2 is equal to y1. What this implies here is e1 is equal to 1, e2 is equal to 1. Okay, e1 equal to 1, e2 equal to 1. Then e is equal to e1. e1 is 1, 0, 0. It is also equal to 1. So that is 1, 0, 0, 1 is the identity element. Next I will go for fourth one, inverse element. Directly we can write here because our identity element is a unit element we have got here. I did matrix multiplication. If identity element is a unit element, then inverse of each element exists. Or we take, let a power of minus 1 be the inverse of a. Then by the definition, a inverse is equal to e. That is a inverse. What is a here? A is x1 0 0 y1, and let me write a inverse is equal to say x2 0 0 y2. We have to find out x2 and y2. This is equal to identity. Already we have 1 0 0 1. Taking the multiplication on the left hand side, first row first column. First row first column is x1 x2 x1 x2, first row second column 0 plus 0 0, and here second row first column 0 plus 0 0, second row second column 0 plus y1 y2. This is equal to 1 0 0 1. And what this implies is, comparing the corresponding elements, we get x1 x2 is equal to 1 and y1 y2 is equal to 1. This implies x2 is equal to 1 by x1, y2 equal to 1 by y1. So therefore, inverse of a is equal to x2 0 0 y2. x2 is 1 by x1 0 0 1 by y1. So inverse of each element exists here. And what about the commutative law? All the four axioms are satisfied. Therefore, this is a group with respect to multiplication. What about the commutative law? Fifth one, commutative law. So consider AB. If we prove that AB equal to BA, then we say that commutative law is satisfied. AB is equal to x1 0 0, A equal to x1 0 0 y1, and B is we have taken x2 0 0 y2. Taking the multiplication, this is equal to x1 x2, first row second column is 0, second row first column is 0, second row second column is y1 y2. So this is our AB. Now I can write this as this is equal to x2 x1. Instead of writing x1 x2, I will write this is x2 x1 0 0. I will write this as y2 y1. This is nothing but our B into A. So here AB is equal to BA is satisfied. So therefore all the axioms are satisfied. Therefore we say that G is an abelian group. This is an abelian group. Okay. Thank you. I'll stop here.